Hello, hello, hello. Good Wednesday afternoon, everyone. I am here live. I wanted to come and share a crazy but super cool story of what happened to me today with all of you guys. So first of all, I have been a little quiet on social media for the last week or so, and several of you reached out and asked, is everything okay? Because we haven't seen you on so much. Yes, everything has been beyond okay. Everything has been amazing. And so I pulled back a little bit from social media for the past week because I have been in a place of crazy, amazing, like beautiful energy expansion and growth and change and just opening up in the past couple of weeks. It's really come on strong. And this past week was incredibly, incredibly powerful for me, which ties into the story that I'm going to share with you. And when we do this, right, the whole world right now, the energy is expanding. Many people are coming to me. They feel it. They see it. They notice it. It's happening in all of their lives. My coaching clients, we have been exploring some really, really cool stuff because as the energy grows and expands, and as our energy grows and expands, everything is happening for good and what we feel like is bad. Everything, first of all, this first secret is everything is for good, right? So even if things don't feel so great, they're really for good. They're coming there to help you expand and grow and clear out old patterns and just shift into the highest version of yourself that's already there. There is no such thing as bettering yourself. It's all about starting to shed off that old shell that has been keeping you pinned into a place. And this is really where I've been in the last few weeks. I've talked about it a lot over the last year, 2 years. Like, I'm no longer playing small. And as I talk about it, I grow a little bit. We all do. We're all constantly growing some. But things happen in our lives to just kind of mush us back in and just keep saying, keep playing small, keep playing small, keep playing small. That's just how it is. It's a safety net. It's a protective net. And the truth is, it is time, absolutely 100% time, for every single one of us to stop playing small. So if you're hearing this message, if you're picking this message up today, this message is meant for you. This message is meant for you to hear that it is absolutely, positively time to stop playing small in your life. We are not here. None of us are here in this world to play small. Every single one of us have an incredibly, incredibly important role in this world. And our roles are united, right? We're not supposed to stay in our own shell and not interact, right? Each one of us, every single person has a very important role and an important light to shine in this world. And when we are all shining our lights really brightly and then uniting together and using each other's lights together, sharing together, we go even brighter. And that's what's happening in the world right now. It is so cool. It is so fun for me to see and watch and actively be a part of. And that's what's been happening lately. And with that, when you step into that role, when you step into that place and really start allowing your energy to expand and to step into where your energy really wants to go, instead of keeping it small, instead of keeping it tight in, when that happens, our bodies go, right? This doesn't feel safe. This feels scary because we stayed small for a reason. We stayed small to protect ourselves from a variety of things. And this past week, I was hit smack in the face with a situation that actually really had nothing to do with what happened last week. It was really, when I started to look back at it, there was a pattern that I could see after the fact, yesterday, right after it's happened and I've cleared through some of it, I've been able to see the pattern. And over the last couple of days, it wasn't just today and yesterday, but over the last few days, I was able to see the pattern. This pattern of things, everything in our life is a pattern. A goes to B, goes to C, goes to D, right? And that's just our patterns. And some of those patterns work really well for us. Some of those patterns we thrive in, and we don't want to get rid of those patterns. But there are many patterns that maybe started for a good thing that served us, and now it's just the pattern and it's really not serving us well. Or some of these patterns never served us well. Right? We did A, and then A happened, and then B happened, and then C happened, and then D happened. And we have them over and over and over and over and over again in our lives. And sometimes we notice it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we see it, it's exactly the same pattern, and sometimes it is not, but it's masked as a pattern. And so last week, something happened, and I'm not going to get into the details of what happened because the details really don't matter. But it was something that hit me really, really, really hard emotionally, like punch to the gut, emotional hit, like just knocked me down for a few seconds. And I know I said, you guys, I started by saying everything is great, and actually everything really is great. This punch to the gut and this knockdown was the best thing that could have ever happened, because it was this punch to the gut, this knockdown. And it is not the first time in my life it's happened, right? We all have punches to the gut, knockdowns throughout our lives, right? But in the past, when that has happened to me, I have crawled in and played really small. I have crawled in and gone into my own shell and said, I'm not strong enough to deal with this. I'm not moving forward. I'm going to ignore this. If I, put the blinders on, pretend it didn't happen, it will all go away and it will all be okay. And that's been my old A goes to B, goes to C, goes to D. And the truth is, the first time I can remember this, the first time I can remember this happening in a situation that was very, very, very similar to this past week was when I was a kid, when I was 12 years old, 13 years old. And it was a very specific, and it changed. When this happened at that point, it changed my life. And that was the first time that I went really, really small to protect myself. And I can completely remember this. And it's been something that has been a driving force throughout my life, like trying to clear this stuff and change this story, and I don't have to do this, and right, all of these things. And so when this happened last week and I had this punch to the gut, and my immediate thing was to go small. My immediate response was to go small and to curl in and to just go into protective mode. But the truth is, I've learned a lot. And I know that that's not where I'm headed. And I don't want to go small. I don't want to live small anymore. I want to live big, and I want my energy to be big. And if my energy is too big for someone, or other people or whatever, then they don't need to be in my energy space. But I get to make that choice. I get to expand and shine my energy bright, and hope that those people that I get to connect with, where we get to shine together, are going to come in, right? And so I was, I went through this whole process last week and cleared the energies around it, and really got myself to a place where I was stood up and responded to the situation in a beautifully powerful way that was not me shrinking, that was not me feeling small, but was me standing in my power, in my energy, in my light, and all the things. And I did not do this on my own. So first off, I have to tell you, even as a coach, and I coach people through this every day, coaches need coaches. And so the first step that I did when I realized what was going on, when I realized how small I was turning, is I turned to the people that I trust the most, that help me, right? Whose lights are shining so bright, and that together their light and my light are big, right? And so those are the people that I leaned into and said, I need some of your light right now. I need some of the power of who you are and the beauty that you are. I need some of that right now. I need you to help support me. And they did. They supported me, because we support each other. That's what we do, right? And they supported me, and they helped me come back out, not go into that shell of being stuck, and that shell of ick, and encouraged me to take the steps that someone who is, who is showing up big versus hiding would do. And so I started taking those steps, and those steps all just really allowed me to expand, and allowed me actually to get the results. I no longer went from A to B to C to D. We went from A to B, where I started to go small, and I went up to M. And wow, the people connected to this situation also, their energy changed, their energy shifted. And I hope, it's not my story, I can't create their story for them, I can't choose which way they're going. My hope is that they're going big too. But I know that I'm going big, and I could feel it. I released all of it. There's no trapped emotions. There's no ill feelings. There's no anything anymore within me, and it feels really good. I didn't go into a spiral. I didn't go into a keep myself small, and I feel really good. And that's why I said, it's been a really amazing week. So here's to my bird story. So I'm out this morning on my walk, and normally in the mornings I walk with my next door neighbor, and last night she sent me a text saying she wasn't available today, and so I wasn't walking with her, so I was having to walk on my own. And I actually was later, because normally we go early, and I was later on my walk, and none of this is a coincidence. There's never a coincidence, by the way. And I'm out on my walk, and the past few days, I have been looking into something energetically, like things that I need to tap into and things that I really, and I kept getting this message for one piece of it. This isn't what you need. This isn't what you need. This isn't what you need. But I kept ignoring the message. Okay. This was part of my not playing small. And that thing that I thought I needed was part of me playing small. It was really like, it was going to hold me back. But whatever, in my mind, right, I'm still fighting through this. I'm not going to play small. I'm not going to play small. And in my mind, I'm on my walk this morning and it pops into my head again that this is what I need. And I didn't realize that this piece of it was really me trying to play small until after this happened. So I'm walking down the street and I'm like, this is what I need. And I go onto Google and I start to Google it to find where I can get it. And out of nowhere, like actually not out of nowhere, out of the tree above me, a bird flies down out of the tree, whacks me in the head, like literally whacks me in the head, knocks my headband forward, like, right? And whacks me in the head, gives me a headache, and flies up into the tree, like right above me, and lands in the nest. Like, so it was in the tree, like, it flies up above the one across the street. So, and it's like looking down at me, squawking at me, and I was like, okay, I hear your message, right? Like, I get it. This is not where I need to be going. This is not where my focus needs to be. And I really, like, as I continue to process it, I was like, that was me trying to play small again. And this bird was like, absolutely not. You're done with that nonsense, right? And it was after I got over the fact that my head hurt, right? Because this was a big bird. And it like literally swooped down in the tree and whacked me in the head and then flew back up. And and after I got over the fact that my head hurt and I started laughing and I was like, oh my goodness. Because the truth of the matter is I have this real connection to birds. I love birds. Some of you may have heard me talk about this in the past. I love birds. I love how they work together. I love how they fly in their formations, right? If you watch when birds fly south for the winter or north in the summer, right? They fly in these formations, right? Where the birds in the front are actually resting and the birds in the back are flapping their wings. And then when they need a rest, they move up to the front and the ones from the front go to the back and they flap. And so they're alternating. They're lifting each other up. And it's the same piece as to what I was talking about, right? We each have an important role. We each have our lights to shine into this world and to bring forward but we need each other's lights. If you're standing in your own light and keeping it to yourself and just standing there and not sharing and not tapping into others, you're not getting the benefit. We are made to be here to be a community. We are made to be here to be united, and no one person is better than the other. We are equal, but we all are equal with our own special abilities, with our own special strengths, with our own special light to shine. And when we put them together, wow, does it go so much brighter. And so that's part of why I love birds, is because this is how birds work together, right? A lot of animals in the animal kingdom do this, but I can see it all the time in the birds and how they work together. And I love bird life here in Florida and watching them and what they do. And they all have that same kind of thing. But this morning, this bird literally like knocked me in the head to say, no, you're on the wrong path. Cut this path. This is not where you need to go. Stop playing small. So my message to you is for you. Hopefully doesn't take a bird flying into your head, right? While you're walking, because literally my head hurt for probably an hour after it happened, like, right? But I'm still laughing about it, right? But hopefully it doesn't take a bird hitting you in the head. But what is your sign? What are you not listening to? What is it? Where are you staying stuck in something that is a crutch? That is a you playing small, take your energy off of that. Divert your energy away from that and focus in on you expanding. What is one thing you can do today to allow your energy to expand, to put something down that is you playing small and go expand, play big? Your energy, you need to be seen in this world for the beauty that you are, and for the beauty that you get to give to this world. And when you look around at others in your life, see their beauty. How does their beauty get to intertwine with yours? And if it doesn't intertwine right now, because some people's beauty doesn't, right? Sometimes we don't always need everybody. We have stints of people that we need for periods of time that bring things out in us. And then if somebody or something is a crutch in your life, it's okay to just walk away and to say you're not, or this is not what I need right now. So, on that note, go be big, go shine your light bright, and don't get hit in the head with a bird. But if you do, come back and share it with me, because it is kind of funny. But listen to the signs so that your birds don't have to fly out of the sky and whack you in the head. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.